a new contribution as an evaluator of John's speech. Thank you.
So my inertia and comfort zone have moved a great deal today. This is my first time evaluating. John, I hope I do you justice. This was John's 10th speech. I'm not sure if chronologically it's his number 10, but he chose number 10, Inspire Your Audience, to give to us today. This was an 8 to 10 minute speech. He was well within time. There were 3 purposes to this speech. 1 was to connect with the audience, which is all of us. 2 was to change our status quo, which was perfectly in line with today's theme of inertia and getting out of our comfort zones. And 3 was to inspire us and call us to action. So how did he do with those 3 goals? I think you connected with us in the beginning through your personal story. You told us about the John Paredes 2 years ago. I didn't know you then. I have a hard time imagining you as that quiet, shy, insecure person who couldn't stand up in front of a room. Because honestly, I feel inspired by you every time you're at this lectern. And I wanted to see more of that you 2 years ago, that old John, because I didn't know you then. And you told us a little bit about that, but it was just hard for me to believe that that was really you. And that is what grabbed me into the speech. I think we could all relate to some of those examples, because all of us have felt that through Toastmasters, and all of us are here for lots of those very same reasons. So you did do goal number 1, connecting with us through your personal story. Goal number 2, did you change our status quo and inspire us to take some action? That came through your personal transition, again, through your own personal story of what you were like. And what I really liked about this part is that you kept calling us family and friends and community. And then you brought it down smaller into speakeasy. And that's what is very special about this one, and Ken, you know what I'm saying. This is the very special Toastmaster Club of the area, and we are family and we are community, and family comes from wherever you find it, and then people that help you grow. And family and friends brought you into this, and they've helped you transition and develop. And you're saying to all of us, step in, take a role, and do that for the next person, and you did do that. What could you have done to do better? I felt that I was surprised by your quiet, subdued nature, especially in the beginning. After about a minute you warmed up, you stayed behind the lectern, you didn't walk around very much, but your hands started to move a little more. And I know that for you, relying on your notes is something that you still need, and that's perfectly fine. But it kept you here, and it also kept you here physically and expressive-wise. It seemed to restrain you. I think that as this is an inspirational speech, it could have had more punch to it if you did step out, or if you used some vocal variety. Go back to some of the lessons that we learned in the speeches before number 10 and use some of those techniques. For example, I think you could say, why should you step up and become vice president of this club? What is in it for you? Okay, coming out this way, pointing, and using a why question. Maybe that would cause us to wake up and ask ourselves that very same question. So vocal variety, step out of the zone a little bit, use some more body language, and I know working with your notes is one of your issues, but give yourself permission to say the speech may not go exactly the way as it is written. And that's exactly what happens when you don't use notes. But that's okay. Decide that in the beginning, give yourself permission for that, and I think you'll be a little freer in your speech.